Good morning, everybody, and happy playoffs here at fantasypoints.com. My name is Joe Dolan, and we have a staff playoff draft at fantasypoints.com. We did this last year, and there's so many different ways you can do fantasy playoffs, and really, unfortunately, I don't think many of the major popular providers give you an opportunity to do that, so we're using our old friends at My Fantasy League to do this draft, and I'm with John Hansen, I'm with Graham Barfield, Tom Brawley, Trey Camberling, and behind the scenes, our guy, Paul Kelly, is also participating. So let me lay out the rules of our playoff draft. First and foremost, Graham and John, I think we should put up $100 for the winner from our company PayPal account. John is mad about this though, because I think he's won 2 years in a row, and we didn't have any payouts. John, I confirmed you won last year. You had who'd you have on your team? You had.
Well, I went in on ironically, Joe, it was a precursor, a prelude for things to come, because I went a little heavy on Cowboys. I thought they would win that first game. I think a lot of people were skeptical or maybe go on a little bit of a run. So I took Dak and CeeDee Lamb, and that won it for me. So a little prelude for things to come.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm interested to see here because, John, I randomized the draft order. John is the first pick. So let me run down the rules for everybody. It is a 6-team total points league. So what happens is the team that you draft is your starting lineup every single week of the playoffs. There is no bench spots. So basically, you want to draft players who you think are going to advance or play the most games and score the most points. So it is a super flex league. It is 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, a tight end, 2 flex, 1 super flex, 1 kicker, 1 defense. Everybody starts every week. And the strategy here is it's a PPR league, so nothing funny in the scoring system. The strategy is a defense, for instance, if you think Baltimore is going to go to the Super Bowl, well, Baltimore's defense could be worth more than, say, Jordan Love, if you think Jordan Love and the Packers are going to be eliminated in the first round. So there's a strategy to be involved, even though you would never take a defense over a second quarterback in a regular Superflex league. In this format, that defense can really, especially if they score defensive touchdown here and there, can really propel you to the victory. So you want to balance both teams that are going to advance in the playoffs with players who maybe might have just 1 or 2 games, but could potentially score highly in those games. So what I expect most people to do, and I think the most popular strategy here, is go in on a stack and hope that stack advances. But the Superflex format might allow you, as John did last year. John had Dak and CeeDee Lamb. Well, they played just 2 games, but they had big numbers in those games. So even if you don't have the team that's going to advance to and or win the Super Bowl, you could, with the Superflex, kind of build a nice roster that scores a lot of points, even if you don't have teams that advance to the Super Bowl. And then towards the back end of the draft, you want to fill your team out, maybe with some lower end players from teams you think are going to win a lot of games, or higher end players from teams you don't think are going to win a lot of games. So there's a lot of angles to go here. I randomized the draft order at myfantasyleague.com. And the draft order is as follows. It is a snake draft. John picks 1, Paul picks 2, Tom 3, I'm 4, Graham is 5, and Trey, unfortunately, Trey, you're new to the team. You're bringing up the rear, buddy. You're in. But hey, look, Trey's a Falcons fan who's very happy that they fired Farty Artie Smith this morning.
Yeah,
so
you can't keep me down today. There's nothing you can do.
So the final middle finger from Dennis. And Dennis Allen, wear it, buddy. Don't be a.
Oh, that was so terrible on both ends.
Come on. Blame it on your players. That's Bush League.
Wear that, dude. Wear that as your head coach. Anyway, so there is no clock. John, you can get started whenever you want. Trey has the draft board. And John, once you pick, you can talk about your rationale. And the nice thing about picking first is you can take the quarterback from the team you think is going to score the most points. The bad thing about picking first is you might not be able to complete that stack as easily as you might think. So, John, have at it in our 2023-24 Fantasy Points Staff Playoff Draft.
Well, a couple things. First and foremost, if we do put money, I won 2 years in a row. This
Oh,
guarantees that I won't win now that the stakes have been raised. But
That's why we gave you the first
we owe you
pick, John.
$200. We
Yeah,
owe you
but-
$200 in arrears.
No,
There you go.
yeah, it wasn't a
Tossing you a bone
randomizer.
here.
I do have very good luck with picks, by the way. I have bad luck in fantasy, but I have very good luck in picks. I once drew the first pick in a fantasy baseball league 5 years in a row.
Ooh.
It was 4. But it was
That's
like
ridiculous.
we're like you've literally made a deal with the devil
It's like
because this was
1%
when
chance.
A-Rod was like the slam dunk. I did 4 years in a row. I pulled the number 1 card, but that's neither here nor there. As we've mentioned, this first round, I've been doing playoff leagues since the 80s. Okay, the 80s. Some of you weren't even existing when I started this. This is the hardest first round in the history of the world. Just FYI. So by the way, one other thing, last year I was all in on the Bengals, and I my first 3 picks were Bengals, and I still won this. So you don't necessarily need your all in guys to make it to the Super Bowl. A lot of it can be like, do you play that first week, and can you play 3 games?
Perfect. Yeah.
That is why for this pick, I have really seriously considered, believe it or not, this may surprise some people, Josh Allen.
Not me at all. That's where I would go.
Okay.
I totally agree with you.
pick.
Yep.
Now, I could also take Lamar Jackson, which,
And there's the debate, right? Because Josh, as you mentioned, John, Josh Allen could play 3 games. And if they upset Lamar Jackson in, say, the AFC Championship game, all of a sudden Josh Allen is doubling up Lamar Jackson in games. So there's that the one bye has actually made this more of a wide open format, in my opinion.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So as we move along here, I literally don't know what I'm going to do right now, as in real time. I mean, it's between Allen and Lamar. Of course, McCaffrey obviously needs to be in this mix. Now, if I didn't just lose 30 grand because he got hurt a week ago, maybe I would have taken McCaffrey, but no, seriously, he did get hurt. So at the end of the day, I'm going to do it. F it. I'm taking Josh Allen.
There you go.
Yeah, I agree with it. That's where I would have went. They have you we're just touching on the first round matchups here. They have by far the easiest matchup against the Steelers. I think they're at least the one team that's kind of locked into at least 2 games this weekend. This postseason.
Yep. So there it is. That's a little. I didn't expect that I would do that, but because the Bills are kind of flawed, but other than the Ravens, I think everyone's kind of flawed in the AFC.
I think you need to actually make the pick, John.
Oh, I thought I did.
Yeah. I think I have a you have to confirm the pick thing set up. So we don't have to rewind the draft a whole lot.
Well, I mean, what the hell? Okay. Well, I literally made the pick. It showed up as the pick. Am I even on the right damn page here? It's because you show draft, which shows the draft. Live draft. There it is. Okay, so my bad, dog.
All right,
my bad, dog. Sorry.
Hey, live television.
No, but no. I was well. Normally, you can do it in the live draft room or whatever, not in the live draft room. But anyways, the pick has been made.
How about the Bills?
There it is. Okay, John's
Bills,
on the board. Josh Allen.
The Bills absolutely look dead mid-season. Well, not dead, but kind of on the outside looking in, going on a run here. Good on Josh Allen, man. What a fun player.
Yeah.
Yep. Fun player, John. That's the absolute right pick. I mean, you're getting 4 games of Josh Allen potentially. I mean, he's 20 points every single week. Even last night, 3 turnovers, still got 24 fantasy points last night. So
15 rushing touchdowns.
Let's go.
Oh my! I mean, he actually tied Jalen Hurts.
Okay, John, Paul picked second, and Paul took Christian McCaffrey.
Paul is a Niners fan.
Yeah, I kind of that's where I wanted to go with the 3rd pick, but I didn't think I had much of a chance with Paul picking in front of me with the 49ers. Now I'm up. I'm stuck. I'm either going here with Dak Prescott or Lamar Jackson. Trying to figure out who I have a little more confidence in. Lamar, I love Lamar, but he doesn't get that wild card round game.
I'm not convinced Dak and the Cowboys beat the Packers, Tom.
Yeah, I just gave out the Packers as a best bet for this weekend, plus 7.5. I don't know if Green Bay goes in there and pulls off the upset, but I think they can keep it close.
I'm with you on that. That's going to be one of the best games of this weekend, Packers Cowboys. But I'm with you on Dallas.
There's going to be a lot of offense in that game.
Yep.
I am going to go with Dak. I'll go.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll go Dak there. I think they win this weekend, and they could potentially. We'll see how it kind of shakes out, but the way I have it set up, they could get the winner of the Philadelphia-Tampa Bay game, which I think will be the easiest second-round game as well. So I like their chances of potentially. The way I have it, I have Los Angeles beating Detroit in the wild card round. So that potentially gives Dallas the easiest matchup of round 2. So that's why I'm going with Dak.
I got to be honest here. I am stunned that I'm going to get, I guess, the playoff favorite and a dual threat quarterback here with the 4th pick. But I mean, thank you guys. I mean, you made my pick for me. I should
have put you in a bind. I know you don't want to take Dak, Joe. I should have taken Lamar just to make
no, but I mean, I understand it because of the wild card round. I'm gonna take Lamar Jackson, and that's a pretty good consolation prize for what I thought coming in was a crappy pick at 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna take Lamar at 4.
Well, I'm sick of it now. All the good quarterbacks are gone. McCaffrey's gone. I'll just go ahead and take the wide receiver 1. Since week 6, CeeDee Lamb is averaging the 25 fantasy points per game. Hopefully Cowboys go on a run, and I've got the nuts wide receiver 1. I mean, this is so clear just to take Lamb after this. I was hoping to get one of Dak or Allen or Lamar, but not going to happen here. I'm happy with Lamb. It's up to you, Trey.
Okay. See,
you get back to back though, Trey. So here's
know.
The thing.
So it's forever until I pick again. So I'm wondering if I just take the stack that I believe in most, and I think the stack that I believe in most is pretty far down the board at this point. I don't want to sell.
Oh, I didn't even think about it.
So I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna regret it, but I'm just like all in on the Rams.
Maybe.
Oh.
Wow.
That's not the stack I was thinking of.
Yeah, I love it. No, it's the Rams. I know it's out there and it's kind of crazy, but I just
make a run.
I think that
I
think that they're going to beat the Lions for sure, and then I think that they have the offense to compete with anybody. I think that they have like a legitimate chance to make the Super Bowl. I know they're like a kind of an outside shot, but when their 4 best players are on the field, I think they might be the best offense in football. And I'm going to take Matt Stafford in a year where quarterback has been so shaky. I think I'm going to rock with Matt Stafford as my playoff quarterback here. So
I mean, they sure gave the Ravens all they could handle a few weeks ago in Baltimore.
Yeah. So they've been, I think, the hottest team in football over the last few weeks. This is a little bit gut, I guess, but. And then is it Puka? Is it Kupp? Is it Kyren Williams?
Ooh, baby.
That's
John, this is giving me an opportunity to call you out.
Trey, all the DFS shows you've listened to this year.
Yeah. It's Kyren.
You gotta search for the last name.
I just totally gave up my own pick.
John, I think you're nuts about your Kyren take for next year, by the way.
No, well, okay, but here's my point. 30 million people were polled on Kyren Williams this summer, and 30 million people were like, nah.
Except for Graham Barfield.
Except for me.
Except for Graham Barfield.
We got him. Hey, John, you should be happy. He was in Mr. Rel, man. We had
I know.
Kyren everywhere.
Great.
Yeah.
Kyren ended up being like one of my most drafted running backs in best ball. That ended up all right.
I'm going to be keeping in my long-term keeper league that I finally won after 15 years this year. I took Kyren and Devon Achane, 14-team double-digit rounds. I'm going to be able to keep them both, which is
it's going to be a great litmus test though, because again, I'm annoyed by Kyren Williams only because he was literally twice as good this year. That I don't know. It just irked me a little bit. But
my whole thesis on Kyren was that I think McVay hates Akers, and Akers might not be very good, and Kyren was free.
Hey, look, I don't care how I'm right. If whatever angle works, hey, I mean that absolutely worked. But I just think that It'd be one thing if he was going to be like a third, fourth round pick, but people are going to take him earlier. My history has shown every time I've said this, it's worked. So we'll see. Like, guy comes out of nowhere, no one cares about him, comes out of nowhere, then the next year gets all kinds of love. It just doesn't work out. So we'll see, though.
Just structurally speaking, I will be drafting wide receivers heavily once again this coming season. I think that's really the broad point. All right, I'm back up on the clock. I gave Trey my second pick. Basically, I'll take Brock Purdy here. I'll just go ahead and take the quarterback who has probably the most expectation for most games here. Niners are heavy favorites. I'll go take Brock, and I got to get a second quarterback later. So
yeah, that was my pick. I was going to take Brock Purdy. The thing about Lamar is I have Lamar as my first quarterback. The thing about Lamar is there's no obvious stacking partner right now, which is both good and bad for me because
I say likely, but you're not going to take him.
But I have to look into Mark Andrews' status. Is there a chance he's going to be back at some point? So Brock Purdy was actually going to be my pick. I have Detroit advancing to the NFC Championship, but I am not confident in that right now.
Wow.
This is a really difficult spot for me right now, honestly. I do have Buffalo advancing to the Super Bowl.
Joe, this is probably the hardest playoff draft in playoff draft history.
Yeah,
I have Buffalo
you've got the hardest pick now.
I have Buffalo advancing to the Super Bowl, but my personal team, I have Lamar. So, like, if I draft Stephon Diggs here, I'm going against basically my own team. The other team I have advancing to the Super Bowl is San Francisco. I'm going to draft Deebo Samuel.
Nice.
And get a wide receiver here. So what I really want to do now is try to get players who aren't going to be or who can produce mutually exclusive of the other players on my team. Which means I'm going to want guys who are either stacked or can play a game or two before they face one of my teams. So that's what I'm going to have to do. Graham really goosed me. I wanted Brock Purdy just to get a quarterback, but well, Tom, you're on the board, man, and I know this could be a pretty interesting spot for you.
Yeah, I don't know which way to go here. None of the running backs look too appealing.
Oh, they look terrible.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm really excited to see what backs are on the board in like 2 rounds because I think all of us are going to be punting here.
Yeah, no receivers really even stand out as well. I think I might painfully go with Patrick Mahomes here. Hasn't been playing great, but I like their chances of advancing.
I thought that was the stack Trey was going to build.
So I'm going to go with Patrick Mahomes here. Kind of lock up my second quarterback as well. Started with the quarterback. Now I have some potential to stack here in the later rounds.
If he pulls a rabbit out of his ass again, we're going to be like, how did Mahomes fall?
They're kind of just laying in wait here. They're kind of flying under the radar, plus 900 to win the Super Bowl, but. But got a week to rest up here. Hopefully Travis Kelce gets some fresher legs going into the postseason. I'll take my chances with Patrick Mahomes here.
How far is Kelce on the tight end list in the software, he's like way down the board there?
ADP's the first one. Projected he's the first
one.
Well,
in the positional one here in the draft room, he
is. He's 6th.
He's 6th.
Yeah. Well, all right. Paul took Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah, which was what I was going to do.
Yeah, Paul's all in on Niners here. He started McCaffrey, Ayuk, sharp.
Yeah, so
John, you just got it. You just got it hand gifted to you.
You did.
What I'm going to do next?
Yeah.
Go Bills, baby, all in.
Yeah, of course. Oh, Diggs is there.
That's what I mean.
He looked good last night, finally.
Well, first of all, let me get this guy first because
Gabe has a knee injury too. He had non-contact last night.
Yeah.
Well, John, if the Bills,
he's going all in on the Bills here. I'd like it.
There you go.
Here's how I always look at these formats. I finished second last year. There's no utility in finishing second. You finish first or last. So John, if he does what I expect John's going to do here, he's going to win this thing if the Bills go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. But I did win it last year without having
that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I won this league last year on the Cowboys getting that second game of the Cowboys. So like that first round team that plays 2 games, it can be real sneaky. Actually, I'm between now. I'm considering Kittle because I would like to get some Niners involved here. You know what? I'm doing it. F you, Steph Diggs. I'm done. I don't want you. I'm going Kittle because I don't. Steph Diggs burns me too much, so I'm going Kittle.
There you go. Well, Bills Niners Super Bowl for you, John.
There you go.
Well, I want 3 games from the Bills and 3 from the Niners.
Well, you're going to get 4 from the Bills here, potentially. And I wonder if Paul's seething now because he could have had a triple Niners stack.
Well, the C blocking was part of the analysis.
There you go. Well, we've got 2 quarterbacks left on the board here. I'm interested to see.
Then Paul took Diggs.
Yeah, Paul took Diggs. I was going to take him. So that puts me on the clock. Well,
Paul says I wanted Kittle in chat. There you go.
Yeah.
So you guys just flipped your picks there.
Yep.
What
you think of T-Bro?
I think I'm going to go Rashee Rice. Let's stack them up.
Nice.
Get the Mahomes.
Rack them up.
Let's go. Let's
stack him up, baby.
We need to run out of the Chiefs here. Don't love it, but that's the way these drafts fall. Sometimes you gotta roll with the teams that you didn't anticipate going with.
Yeah. And now
become a fan.
Yes.
I'm not really in a stacking position. And I'm also looking at the board thinking of, what could potentially be what could potentially be like a team who's going to play multiple games. And that makes things really interesting because the best wide receiver on the board is Tyreek Hill.
Yes.
But if Tyreek Hill advances, one of my players is likely going, barring the Steelers beating Buffalo,
Isaiah
which
likely?
No, I'm not taking likely. So barring the Steelers beating the Bills, if I take Tyreek Hill here, one of my 2 top 3 picks will be eliminated in the second round because the Dolphins will play Baltimore. I am going to have to take an NFC team and hope this NFC team can get to 3 games. And I'm going to take Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Ooh,
because
the Lions to get to the NFC Championship.
Right. So like the thing about St. Brown is like he does it every single week. Even if Jared Goff struggles, Amon-Ra St. Brown has a good game. So I'm going to take Amon-Ra and just hope like if the Lions end up beating the Rams, which Trey doesn't think is going to happen, the Lions cannot play the 49ers in the second round because they'll be the 3 and the 49ers are the 1. So that matchup cannot happen. So so I have an opportunity to get both 3 games out of Deebo Samuel and Amon-Ra St. Brown. So that was the rationale behind that pick.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Well, I appreciated the rationale because you just gifted me Tyreek Hill because I have 2 NFC guys. I need
there you go.
AFC action. So there you go. I'll take I
would prefer Tyreek in a vacuum, right?
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
If I have to go in with my roster strategy.
Yeah, and Tom, I know you're on Chiefs, man. I'm on Dolphins. I think Chiefs are frauds. I know Dolphins have lost some obviously close games between.
Yep.
They've also
a lot of really good teams. Yeah,
they've lost every time they've stepped up in class, which is what concerns me.
Yeah, and
I don't know if the Chiefs are up in class right
now.
Well,
that's what I was about to get to. They've Miami's lost a lot of guys on defense too, but I don't know if KC's a class team. Mm-hmm. This is 3.5. I think we're going to see it closer to 3 once we get closer to kickoff.
Andy B asks. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Graham. Keep going.
No, go ahead.
Andy B asks to the host, what is your preferred draft position if you could select it? Actually, I would say most years it's 1.
Yeah.
But this year is kind of
choose your own destiny is a lot more fun.
I feel like 2 this year is kind of the right spot because like it dictates a little bit of my path. But I actually am surprised by how much I like my team from the 4th pick, which it speaks to this year.
1 may be the worst spot this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Graham took the guy that I was going with. My reverse thesis to my initial thesis is what team has played like shit all year, and that would be the Chiefs. So I was going to go with Tyreek Hill, and then come back and take Jalen Hurts. I know he's dealing with an injury, but I think Jalen Hurts gets at least 2 games. And I don't have anything over there that would eliminate. I think they would meet the Rams in the Super Bowl hypothetically. Is the
the NFC Championship.
NFC Championship.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Sorry. Yeah. So we're gonna go Jalen Hurts. And then I hadn't put much thought into it. I probably should go somewhere in the AFC. Let me see here. Probably should go AFC. And unless I just want to keep stacking my NFC guys here, we don't want any Buccaneers. I don't believe.
Joe, what's the prognosis on AJ Brown?
I think he's fine.
You think he's fine?
He was in the locker room with no crutches. Okay. I think as soon as he got hurt, the team quit.
Yeah,
because he was like, yeah, like as soon as he got hurt, the team quit. And that, by the way, they need to burn that stadium to the fucking ground.
Like, or at least burn the turf.
Burn the turf. Like, can you burn turf? I don't know how that works, but
no, you don't want to burn that stuff.
I'm going to guess that turf is very highly flammable. It's trash.
We're just gonna. We're just gonna go all in here. We're just gonna take Puka Nacua.
That's the right.
I was about to say that's your call.
Yeah,
I think you go all in, and you got Stafford, Cup, Puka.
But yeah, if
they get 4 games, man, you basically got the nuts.
I know Hurts suffered a finger injury, which is not like caused by the turf, but Brown, the Eagles had their promising rookie safety tear his ACL on that stuff.
Brown,
like they probably, I mean, in hindsight, they probably just shouldn't have played anybody, but I understand why they did because they've been struggling so much.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, there's a chance Dallas loses. You know, they were scoreboard watching the whole way.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead, and this might be a little risky. Actually, hold on, let me double check.
I kind of feel like I know what you're gonna do here.
Yeah, Joe, you know where I'm going here. I'm gonna take Devon Achane. Stack up. What? Oh, you didn't know where I was going. We're gonna stack up some Dolphins here. I think I'm on Dolphins over Chiefs. Give me Achane with Mostert dealing with his knee and ankle injury. He's about to be 32. Achane is incredible anytime he gets 15, 20 touches in a game. We're all in on Miami beating Kansas City here. It's a little scary. I'm not gonna
lie. Speaking of scary, I'm all in on the Lions beating the Rams. Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff, double revenge game. I'm going to take Jared Goff and stack him with Amon-Ra.
Nice.
Makes sense.
Nice.
Let's see. What do I have here?
Joe, Goff was my second choice there. I just didn't want to cut myself off.
I thought you were going to take Tua. That was what I thought you were going to do.
Well,
well, I mean, hey, look, everybody can look at everybody else's roster here and deduce what could be.
Well, my whole theory with Achane is like he's the only running back on the board, maybe besides Gibbs, who has like legitimate upside. I'm not taking Tony P. I'm done with Tony P.
I'm sick of him.
Dude, if I take Tony P again, like I might throw up. I need a couple more months before I can click Tony Pollard's name into the lineup again.
All right. He did score last week. I'm still disappointed.
I know.
I'm still disappointed. I thought he would go off a little bit.
A lot of people didn't understand my tweet when I put it out like a couple of weeks ago. But I mean this, considering the circumstances, the fact that I know he broke his leg in the playoffs last year, okay, and he that obviously is still something that could be affecting him. But he played 17 games. The offense was good. The team was good. His role was good. How often is that all those things were true about Tony Pollard? If I were to tell you all those things, that Dak would stay healthy, the offense would be good, the team would be pretty good, and Tony Pollard would play 17 games, where would you have drafted him this offseason?
Where I drafted him?
Yeah, I mean,
as many times as I could.
Higher. He might have been higher.
And considering all those circumstances, he is one of the biggest fantasy busts I can remember.
Yeah, I mean, he scored 20 fantasy points once all season, Joe, and it was in week 1.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just.
And then, of course,
brutal.
after week 1, we're like, oh my God, he's going to light the scoreboard up.
Yeah, man. I mean, the floor was just so low. I mean, John, you said he scored a touchdown against Washington, and he scored 15 fantasy points. Congrats.
Yeah.
Oh well.
All right, I went Travis Kelce with my next pick. I'm going all in on the Chiefs here, stacking it up. So
that could look super sharp, Tom.
If I get 3 games out of the Chiefs, I mean, If not, if the magical run for the Chiefs is over, my team is over as well. But hoping to get 3 games out of these Chiefs. Now that I have the Bills over the Chiefs in the second round, but the way this draft has played out, I'll be rooting for the Chiefs now.
Yeah, you will. Paul Kelly is up. And I've got a tough call already in a pick or two. I'm probably already settling on the 2-game dudes.
Yeah.
Give me a good dude who I think is going to play 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
And that Eagle Buck game, Joe, that's a tough one right now.
Well, both of those teams are limping into the playoffs right now. So
I told my wife yesterday, I was like, the Eagles are going to play the Bucks. This is like 1:00, and I'm like, I'm going to bet the Eagles at 2.5. Like they're going to be 2.5, 3, and I want it.
You're braver than a lot of Eagles fans. You're braver than a lot of Eagles.
Dude,
I honestly think Sirianni needs to win 2 playoff games.
Dude, I've been saying I'm not going to touch the Eagles at any of their lines for the last month.
And except this one against the Bucks.
Yeah, this 2.5 looks nice.
All right, so I'm going to avoid that, and I'm going to go BPA here with Gibbs.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, that's a good pick,
John. I was gonna. It was between Gibbs and Achane for me at my pick.
Yeah, and then I think I may be throwing a curveball here. Now, Joe, to your point, sometimes you become a fan. Yeah. So I took Josh Allen, and the way I have it going, it'll be Cleveland, Houston, right? Well, that's already locked in. I think Cleveland wins.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I picked Cleveland. I just think that they have a veteran team here, which
I said a week and a half ago on the Roto Grinder show. I'm like, Cleveland's going to play the AFC South winner, and they're going to beat the AFC South winner, whoever it is.
Okay. And I took Amari Cooper.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
I mean, the guy.
They rested him this week. He'll be fine for the playoffs.
He's been unbelievable. Yeah. Unbelievable with Joe.
That's a sharp pick. I love that.
There it is.
Amari Pooper.
Well, he's not going to be pooping in the playoffs. That's for sure. He's going to get 15 targets from world's best quarterback, Joe Flacco.
Let's run down Paul's roster right now. Paul has
all Niners:
McCaffrey, Ayuk, Stephon Diggs, and Pacheco. Now that Diggs Pacheco game, that's a potential second round matchup.
Yeah.
If both of those teams win, actually that's not a potential. It is. If both of those teams win, that is the second round matchup.
It's gonna be interesting to see who his quarterbacks end up being.
Yeah, he's gonna be dumpster diving at the quarterback position.
There are some decent for instance, if the Packers upset the Cowboys, Jordan Love's gonna have a lot of that kid's good, by the way.
Oh man, Paul just took Shakir from me. Come on, man!
Whoa, Paul going all in,
going off the board there.
Damn.
Well, you know what? I did just say it. Gabe had the non-contact. Shakir's good. He'll be out there. I would have maybe taken Kincaid, but interesting.
Man,
Paul goes, sorry.
Sorry. All right, T-Bro's on the board here. On the clock, rather.
I am on the clock. Man, I don't know.
I just got an email from our local concert venue. The Righteous Brothers are coming. I didn't even know they were still alive.
They're still touring?
Was it
they come out Yeah, I was gonna say they come out in wheelchairs or something. What the heck?
It's like you never close your eyes anymore. It's like because I've been dead for 20 years. Okay, I'm old as shit.
Oh, jeez.
Paul just sent in chat.
Of course,
only one righteous brother is still.
Oh man!
The other Paul's watching. The other guy's dead. Oh man!
I went with Brandon Cooks. Continuing my stacks
Yeah.
here. I got Dak Prescott, so we're all in on the Cowboys and the Chiefs here.
All right, so let's see here. I'm just looking up some health statuses here. Let's see here. All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. I think he's gonna be fine because he didn't play in this week. He has a calf injury. But I think the couple weeks off, including the week 18, is going to help. I'm going to take Zay Flowers and stack him with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, makes
Yeah.
sense there.
Yeah.
I would have done that.
Sharp. Yeah, sharp. Well, I just got gifted to us, so thanks, boys. I will
Oh
take my
yeah, see,
Dolphins
see,
stack.
Graham, I couldn't take
No,
him.
I was looking
I
at the
had two
board,
QBs
Joe.
as
I was
well.
using my guile and my just usual intuition. Looking at the
Guile.
board, I was like, Paul is the only guy here who could take Tua. He's got Diggs, he's got Pacheco. I don't know if he's going to do it. He didn't. So there you go.
Let's check in on a week though to see if it's still considered gifting. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Like,
Fair enough.
Fair.
Boy, he did it again last
Tua
night,
might score
though.
8 points in this Chiefs game. I'm fully aware of this. Yeah.
I mean, Tua is a pretty. I don't think I've ever seen a guy with that wide or wild of a swing in terms of his effectiveness.
Yeah, he's very much a lefty Jared Goff. I mean, like, I think Goff kind of outplayed him this year, quite frankly. But
I don't think I've ever seen a guy dominate and look so good at times and look so bad at other times.
The Goff comp is probably the closest one, Joe. I think Tua throws a better ball. I think he's a little more accurate, but that's probably the fairest one. If you knock him off his spot and you try to make him make a second
all about
read,
his rhythm. Yep.
Yeah. If you take him out of that 2.5 second rhythm,
Yep.
Yeah, no doubt.
Game over.
But I mean, Tua definitely has the widest range of outcomes. I think of like any of the quarterbacks playing potentially 2 games. He definitely has the widest range. That's for sure.
Yeah. John took my next move, Amari Cooper, and I was thinking about going Amari Cooper with David Njoku. I agree with. It seems like everybody, the Browns again, one of the hottest teams of football, one of the best offenses. I was thinking about going there, but now I got to really start looking at the AFC, and I think with the Gabe Davis injury, I'm going to go Dalton Kincaid here. I think I do believe in the Bills as a possible AFC championship team.
Kincaid, they're finally using him downfield here a little bit the last 2 weeks. About time here. It was all like
good yesterday.
Little short passes, actually getting them involved downfield.
That offense that offense is just so week to week. It feels like with what they do, the Bills.
Yeah.
So I need a little AFC juice to make a run, and if that AFC championship game is Ravens Bills, maybe Gus Edwards makes some sense here. This is kind of surprising to me. I don't think I'll pick him because he's probably only got 1 game, but Aaron Jones has looked so fresh the last 2 weeks. Like, he looks like vintage Aaron Jones. It's crazy. I had him in my DFS lineup this week, and just he looked like old school Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I wrote him off for dead.
I mean, look, the Eagles are going absolutely nowhere, but like I would much rather play the Bucks on the road than play the Packers at home in terms of just 1 game, the Rams at home. So like, I mean, those 6 and 7 teams in the NFC, I think are live to win a game.
Oh yeah.
I
think I'm going to do it. It's kind of gross, but I'm going to go with Gus Edwards. Just on the fact that I think he's going to play a bunch of games. So there's my AFC
was that
championship.
Skank squad sound there, John?
No, that was more of like
that was a sharp squad there.
I need my Ravens stack. I was hoping to wait a little bit on Gus. I misread the room.
You got goosed on Gus.
I think I'm just a wild carding it over here. So you never know what's going to happen.
There are some good players that are available that I'm a little surprised here in the 6th round.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna take one of them in Cooper Kupp here.
That's what I was looking at.
Yeah, I'm taking Cooper Kupp here, and I'll have the sexiest 3 wide receivers in this league, and Tyreek, CeeDee Lamb, and Kupp here. Obviously, playing against myself potentially with Kupp versus Lamb. But I'll take that for 2 games. Absolutely.
Yeah. I need to start getting on some running backs here, and the Lions have a good one left, and I'm in on the Lions to play a couple of games. I'm going to take David Montgomery.
Got to start hitting on some guys.
Yeah, one of the all-time great captains.
Well, do I trust that AJ Brown will be healthy enough to play in this game this week? I think I'm a little concerned, but Joe, you seem to be a little bit optimistic that.
So was Doc Addix and Dr. Chow, by the way.
Okay,
Yeah,
what are they thinking?
The minor grade MCL.
Okay, so he's got a chance, but
Yeah.
nothing locked in. Or do I go with Tony Pollard here at my running back position? Just continue to stack.
Nobody wants him.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. It's
There
gross,
you
but
go.
I just got all my Cowboys and Chiefs here. I haven't picked from another team yet, so I'm all locked in on. If I get 3 games each out of the Cowboys and Chiefs,
Nice.
I'm locked in here for some money. But going all in with them, we'll see how that plays out here.
Well, Tom, that's honestly, in terms of correlation, you have the sharpest team. I mean, if you get 4 games out of Chiefs and Cowboys, you're rolling here.
That's I'm just playing it. Just these playoff contests, you have to have these correlated squads. So.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew he'd liked it. I knew he'd liked Flacco right there, and he knew he's going to take it. Damn it.
Oh no!
What's going
Messed
on,
up your Cooper
guys?
stack too, man.
Oh
Damn.
yeah, that's brutal,
man. Oh boy, I don't like it. I can tell you that right now. Well, okay. Well, wow, that AJ Brown is just still there, sitting there, isn't he?
Yep, I was thinking about him too.
AJ Brown. I only have one wide receiver, Mr. Amari Cooper. I mean, I feel like my decision here is going to go a long way. If I get this right, it's basically Mike Evans or AJ Brown, basically. Man, that's tough. I think I'm going to go in on the damn Bucks.
All right.
And I'm gonna take. I'm gonna go with Philly losing here, and I'm gonna go with Mike Evans, and I can take another running back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 2 flexes, John. On top of there's 3 flexes, one of which is a super flex.
Well, I just went in on Tampa just because they're the AJ Brown thing scare. I mean, Devontae is hurt too. I mean, literally. In their last game, you had Devontae, Brown, and Hurts hurt.
Yeah. Well, their defense is so bad right now too, John. I mean, they can't stop anybody. Their run defense is awful.
And
their secondary's been awful all year.
And Joe, how much juice do they lose without that crowd at the link?
Oh, I actually think they gained it.
Might be a benefit at this point.
Yeah, because of the booze and all that.
Yeah, they're so tired of them.
Oh, they're so tired of them. Oh my God, they throw an incomplete pass on the first series. They're going to act like
this thing turned on a dime for the fans. A lot of people.
I just think
that's Philly fans. They're booing Trey Turner until Trey Turner turned into Captain America again.
They cheer Trey Turner. That was the big thing because Trey Turner took accountability and then they gave him a standing O. And I feel like the quotes from like our boy TC Tom, the quotes, none of them feel like they're kind of mealy mouthed about accountability, which says to me, they don't really know what's happening right now. Quite frankly,
honestly, I think it's just some of it's randomness, Joe, that we were on their schedule in the back half of the year was so hard.
Yeah, but
maybe squeaking by early. It wasn't like they were very impressive.
It was a smoke and mirror job too in some ways.
Yeah, I mean, if you reverse all 1-score games, I mean, they're a sub 500 team. But I hate that analysis. I really do. But I mean, it does go to show. I mean, they really were squeaking by, like Tom was saying.
But I honestly look. Jeff Lurie's a great owner. I can't imagine he's looked at this and said, you know what, this is a well-coached team, because they haven't had any answers at all, and that's a big problem.
We know Matt Patricia's not the best coach. We know that's a big part of it.
The question there is, this could be a whole other discussion. The question there is, where did that edict come from?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did it come from the front office? If it came from the front office, then Sirianni can point to that. If that was Sirianni's.
Did you see the Philadelphia Eagles put up 49 against Matt Patricia's defense in the Super Bowl 4 years ago, whatever that was?
By the way, Paul, I looked into this with Paul Kelly, who said only one righteous brother is alive. The guy, the tenor, the guy who sang lead on Unchained Melody is the dead guy. So so I guess they had to get another tenor to replace him, because how can we have a Righteous Brothers concert without Unchained Melody? Anyway,
brother.
Yeah. All right. Here's the right time for me to draft Isaiah Likely. 7th round, stack him up with Lamar.
Very nice. So after John took Bucks, we got Njoku, AJ Brown. T-Bro went AJ Brown, and Joe took Likely. This is wide open here. I mean, seriously, I have a lot of options. I got a lot of people in my queue. I could take. I'd be playing against myself if I did this, but
You just played yourself.
Playboy. Played yourself, Playboy.
You looking at Raheem?
Playboy.
Looking at it.
I might do it. I think I'm looking at Raheem, honestly.
Hey, H-Man will get all the yards, and Mostert cleans it up at the end zone for you.
I think I might do it. It's either him or Waddle. I don't know if Waddle's healthy, though. High ankle sprain. I don't know if Mostert's healthy.
Yeah,
honestly.
that's true. Mostert has the same injury.
Oh, man.
That's why we're getting to the point of the draft where it's like, oh, high upside.
You know what?
No.
No. I'm gonna take the guy at the top of my queue. I'm not Galaxy bringing this. We're taking Nico Collins, Texans wide receiver.
Good pick. Good
let's
pick.
go.
Good pick.
Yeah,
I would like to thank Raheem
wide
Mostert
receivers.
for waiting until week 17 for his yearly injury, because Devon Achane helped me put 22 points on Brawley in the championship, and I needed every one of those points.
Yeah, went down to the final points in that one. Damn.
I was going Nico and Devontae Smith back to back here, so Graham hurt me there a little bit. I have no Browns, and I mean I think the Browns are going to win, but if the Texans make it to a second game, I think Nico's a smash in both games. So we're going to take Devontae Smith for sure. We'll pair him with Jalen Hurts, and then after that, oh boy.
Oh, Trey, how about this? Maybe this can inspire you while we debate this. Bill Belichick is still the head coach in New England, but the Atlanta Falcons are a team to watch if he is available.
Yeah.
The Falcons. Arthur Blank is ready to send.
So people are throwing out Belichick and Harbaugh for the Eagles, and I do not see it at all, because I think both of them would want some say over the roster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I would think if the Eagles move on from Sirianni, they'll want the Lions offensive coordinator.
Oh God, yeah, that
because I think Lurie is tired of getting brain drained. Like, these coordinators, people are like, oh, they're just going to fire their entire staff and let Sirianni build the staff. And maybe they I don't understand all the machinations behind the scenes, but you identified the problem with the Eagles this year as being Sirianni had to replace both coordinators, and your solution is to let him do it again. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. So, and then again, promoting the thing about the offense is promoting the offensive coordinator. The quarterback coach, offensive coordinator, was a move anybody would have made. Anybody would have made it. You wanted that continuity, and it just hasn't worked out. The only reason they score so many points is because they're so talented. There's nothing easy out there for them. Anyway.
I was prepared to go with a one game guy, Nico Collins. I need a little bit of wide receiver help.
Jaden Reed. Okay.
I went with Jaden Reed. I like the Green Bay Packers, Deebo Samuel. I probably could have gone Aaron Jones here. Maybe would have been the smarter pick, but I think they're going to be needing to score points. Hopefully I can get one big game, couple carries, couple receptions, and get some points out of him. So I went with Jaden Reed.
You're up.
I love Jaden Reed.
He's nice. Really good. By the way, Paul and I were talking about this on the Game Day show yesterday. They have nailed every single one of their wide receiver picks.
They're all talented.
Yeah, and it's all because they're Senior Bowl guys, so they were able to evaluate them a little bit.
Yeah, not just their wide receiver. I mean, they nailed Tucker Kraft. I mean,
I know both tight ends.
Musgrave,
fantastic. Yep.
I'm not saying Romeo Dobbs is or Wicks are stars, but those guys are NFL receivers, and they were day 3 picks.
Yeah, and the Seahawks gave up on Bo Melton, and that was a mistake.
And they picked him up off the waiver wire.
Maybe they're good at developing receivers here too.
Packers made the right call.
They've had a nice track record.
Sticking with Goody over Aaron Rodgers was clearly the right call for the Packers. So good on them.
Yep.
All right. Well, I added to my little Texans mini stack. Took Dalton Schultz as my tight end. It's over to you, Joe.
Okay. This is now draft good players. A clock here for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to draft Aaron Jones as a second running back, and maybe they get it. Maybe they upset Dallas. If I get 2 games out of him, I'm freaking thrilled. So I'm just going to draft a good player right now.
Yeah, let's make it a running back run here. I'm going Jerome Ford. Hopefully get like 2 games out of them if they beat the Texans week 1. Not an easy matchup against the Texans, although they got gashed a little bit by Jonathan Taylor in week 18. So I'll go with Ford. Hope to get 2 games out of them. I like the Browns in that Texans matchup, so go Jerome Ford. Little running back run here.
Yeah, he'll be their starter next year. That's a good one, actually.
Yeah, got to get the running backs are pretty thin here. So.
You probably just sniped Paul. He probably wanted Jerome Ford there.
Yes, that's true. A couple Brown stacks.
He takes Ferguson.
Paul's getting me though. I was going to take Ferguson the next round.
Paul's just his plan here is to piss everybody off.
I was hoping to sneak Ferguson back around.
Paul's the agent of chaos this draft here.
Wow. Well, you know what? I'm a little light on NFC. I'm buck heavy.
You could add to your buck heaviness right here.
Yeah, I could. I definitely. That would be too heavy.
Okay.
I need to hedge a little bit on that. I'm actually, you know what? I'm just going to take my defense. I know it's boring. I'm taking the Niners. So I'm all in on the Niners.
There you go. See, like I said at the top, the Niners defense could very well be worth significantly more than a number 1 running back like Aaron Jones in this format, just because of the number of games they're going to play.
But now,
and everybody needs a defense, by the way. Like, you have to fill your roster. That is the.
I mean, I'm not going to go kicker here because that would be annoying. But man, this is tough. I could go with a number of quarterbacks now. Real quick, you do want to check to see what everybody else has when you're doing these. Like, Graham has 2 quarterbacks already.
I got 2.
Tom has 2.
The only one who doesn't is Paul.
Okay, so it's me and Paul.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
the chaos agent behind you.
Yeah.
What's that?
The chaos agent behind you.
Yeah, but
who knows what he's gonna do next?
Yeah. So you either take him or you just hold to the last pick.
See, basically. Here's the question though: does he go with Love or does he get Mayfield? Because I have those $2, so I could, in theory, wait till my last pick. So I'm not going to take my quarterback here.
Just get whoever comes back around.
So we don't know about Gabe Davis's health, correct?
It was non-contact knee last night.
Yeah, it was, and they rolled him out pretty quick. Sherfield looked better than him anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, this could be it for this could be it for him. So yeah, we're not doing that. All right. Well, then I'm just gonna move it along here and get another buck. I'm all in on Bucks apparently with Godwin.
Nice.
Who we won that prop last week, yesterday. I thought that was dead. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? He wasn't.
Which prop was that? Godwin?
Yeah.
Mayfield has looked so bad for 2 straight weeks, and I think everybody's kind of ignoring that in this Eagles Bucks game. So yeah, that's part of the reason why I'm on the Eagles. Paul going for.
I cannot believe they're making me wait until Monday night for that shit.
Oh, making everybody wait for that. Now, why isn't that the 4:00 game on Saturday? Get it out of the way.
Because the Eagles are going to draw a big audience no matter what. That's why. And for their fans to get there and yell at them.
That's right. Monday.
Yeah.
I am on the clock here and I am stuck. I just take the easy way out, go kicker or defense or
oh boy. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do.
This Tampa stack is reminding me of the year. I remember the year we did a really deep draft where I picked Super Bowl winners correctly and I went all in.
Yep.
I had like the entire Bucks roster.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. We should have put up 100 bones for that one too, John.
I know.
Us.
I don't feel great about any of these picks.
we're in the dregs right now, everybody.
I know. That's
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like
pretty brutal.
scrolling
By the way,
down
if,
these
if
lists.
somebody
just
is
looking for
watching this at
anybody.
work right now, you really don't want to
You
do
are
work, do you?
sick. You are
You
sick.
really don't want to do your actual work.
And we love it. We
But
love
Yeah,
it.
did-
Thanks
did-
for being here.
Did everybody watch the
Thanks for-
Golden Globes last night? Oppenheimer cleaning up, which
Yep.
did y'all see Oppenheimer?
Oh
I
yeah.
haven't seen it
Absolutely.
yet.
Yeah, I saw it in
Incredible
theaters.
piece of
Yeah.
cinema.
Is it good?
It-
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
incredible.
My
Cillian
daughter's
Murphy-
all into it, you know, because she's like, you know, she's going to SCAD.
Yeah. Is that official?
I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
And
Right
you know,
down by here.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they've got Netflix has a hiring office there on campus. Like,
Oh,
they're like
wow.
Oh yeah.
it's
I
like a
bet.
mini Hollywood down there. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, SCAD, one of my best friends from college, she went to SCAD. She was an architect, but yeah, they were lining up. This was like 2010. They were lining up down there for them now, and especially 10 years later, I bet they are now. You know, SCAD used to have one of the coolest film festivals.
Yep.
So
yeah, they still do. Have you ever been
Sure.
down there, Graham?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh
isn't
yeah.
it-
I went up there all the time. It was about an hour from Jacksonville. I went up there all the time. Had some
Oh,
good times
okay.
up there.
It's like
Yeah.
like the town of Savannah is like a movie set.
It really is. And the bars don't check IDs. It's beautiful. Absolutely
Nice.
beautiful.
Isn't that
Well, I
the-
mean-
you can like drink out in the street? It's like a
Oh,
mini
Oh,
New
yeah.
Orleans.
Yeah, me and my buddies would just walk down the street. Yeah. Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah, that
Um,
school seems really awesome, man.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
continue my my Ravens stacking here. Tom took DeAndre Swift, by the way,
Yeah.
after Paul took the Bills. I'm gonna take Justin Tucker.
Oh,
Makes sense.
I
Damn
mean,
it.
he's my Ravens. He's my Ravens stack, so might as well take him.
well, all right. Well, then I'll just go ahead and I'll take Mostert for the Dolphins' entire backfield. The entire. I'm kind of like you, John. If with the Bucks a couple years ago, if the Dolphins run the table, I'm
Oh, it's
looking good
over.
here.
Even if you get like 3 games out of the Dolphins,
Yeah.
you might be in a good shape.
Yeah.
I've got an idea here. I don't think it's a good one.
Love
Well,
it.
this is the time of the draft to try
Yep.
these bad ideas.
Send it.
I mean,
Yeah,
Not
so-
bad idea.
So, well, let's get the first one out of the way. This is again, this is my story, whether or not it's a good story or not. It is my
he's
story.
writing a narrative.
I'm gonna go ahead and take DeMarcus Robinson. With this
No,
pick.
no,
I
that's
like
good.
that.
That's good.
That was
Yeah,
I
that
was
wasn't my
looking at
bad one. That was just that's what I'm gonna do for the Rams. My bad one here is I have Gus Edwards, who is leaves a little bit to be desired. I'm wondering here if I believe in the Ravens. Capping myself, but
Oh, you
I mean,
seriously gonna
it's
do that to me?
it's Graham's, Mostert, and HN, but so much worse. If I just take Justice Hill, then maybe I have one good running back game from every
Yeah.
Ravens game. It's disgusting. I don't like it, but
You gotta get Mel Gordon though. No, just kidding.
Dalvin Cook now too.
Yeah,
Get all the
Dalvin.
best
Yeah.
of
Oh
it.
yeah,
God.
Dalvin.
Gotta work
Yeah.
him in.
yeah, he's dead as can be. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna do it. It's disgusting. I'm sorry to Joe. Yeah, it's bad, but we're gonna rock with it.
Justice.
Oh,
Yeah.
Justice Hill.
And justice for all.
Yeah. Hopefully, it gives Trey some justice. All right. Well, I'm going to keep
Somebody's at
rolling
my
my
front
Texans
door.
stack and take Devin Singletary. Over to you, Joe.
Somebody is at my front door, and it looks like he has it's FedEx. Oh no, it's Arthur
Oh,
Smith's
no.
Hitman.
Turn him
Get
around.
me.
Wait, actually, can you wait?
He's
no,
coming to
seriously.
swear at you, Joe.
Now that he's been fired, I mean, we can take FedEx again, right? We can use FedEx again. Is that safe?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, we
I don't
can.
know.
Yeah.
You know in the movie Billy Madison where Steve Buscemi has that list.
Yes.
That's what Arthur Smith is doing right now. He's going through all the
anybody who-
fantasy
anybody who
football
wronged him.
analysts. He's going door to door with FedEx packages, and it's not looking good for Joe.
All right, I don't know. I can't. I don't even know what I would have ordered that needs to be signed for. But we'll have
Trey,
to-
now I'm just imagining Steve Buscemi delivering the news to Arthur Smith that he's been fired.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna keep going here, baby. Baltimore defense.
Yeah.
So, let's load
Yeah,
up. Let's
I,
just.
I was going to take Tucker and Ravens D if
Yeah.
you didn't do it. So just completely punt off running back, but sharp. I like it.
All right, I'll take my kicker with Brandon Aubrey. Let's continue my Dallas stuff.
I picked up I'm only in like a couple kicker leagues, but I picked up Aubrey in all of them after week 1.
You missed a kick yesterday.
I know.
did?
It took him 18 weeks to get there.
Unbelievable. It was
Got
a
blocked.
40 too.
You didn't even
Oh,
really.
it was blocked. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I didn't
The one
actually
got
see it.
blocked.
I gotcha.
Yeah, he got blocked. So he technically didn't miss it. Could have still made it.
Oh, you basshole.
Did Paul get you again? Oh damn.
You took
man.
Tyler Bass.
I think he's solely drafting now to troll you, John.
Paul Kelly being an agent of chaos doesn't really fit though. I mean, but
it doesn't. He's the nicest guy.
But the actions,
Just otherwise here, John.
Well, I'm gonna now he's made me very moody, so I'll just freaking take
There you
Jake
go.
Moody.
Hey, well done.
Because now I'm locked in here. So
Damn
I'm Bills heavy. Need the Bucks to win. And then if the Niners go all the way, I've got at least Kittle, their D, and the kicker. It's not too shabby. I'm playing a game of chicken with Paul at quarterback. And since Paul is evil, apparently, I will I'll push it further and see how deep we can go. So now I need one other skill player. Boy, I've got now you're down to the old, do you get the ancillary guy on a favorite or the featured guy on a one and done? So do I go Jawan Jennings or George Pickens, for example? But we do still have Waddle, but we don't know about Waddle's health or lack thereof, right?
Yeah, he's got the
I
high
would
ankle.
think he plays, but yeah,
I think he plays too, but who
50-50.
knows?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
it's
he
a
has.
tricky injury.
Yeah, still have Najee Harris available. Not that that's anything fantastic.
Oh my god, if the Steelers beat the Bills, I might quit football.
Yeah,
Sorry,
exactly.
Tom.
No, I'm with you. I already gave out the Bills, so I'm
There you go.
I'm 100% on this.
I'm gonna go Jameson Williams. I do have the Lions. I mean, I think they'll end up winning. And then if this Laporte injury, I mean, it might bump up his role a little bit. Of course, Josh Reynolds too. But play to win, Jameson Williams.
And Paul's
I'm
on the
interested to
board
see who
now.
Paul takes here. He's got to get a quarterback.
Only 2 picks left, by the way, for everybody. 1 for John, but 2 picks for everybody.
Oh, right.
Blurred.
And by the way, we had somebody ask on Twitter. They asked you when your postseason draft strategy to fantasy points. I'm presuming you're gonna have that up by this evening.
I am. I'll write it today. It'll take me about 5 hours, even though it normally would take me 2. It'll take me it'll be up today. I'll do it.
Joe, what's the defense scoring like here? Is it more turnover sacks based, or is it more scoring based?
I'm not entirely sure to be honest with you. Let me look at it. I just copied from last year. So.
It's probably not like points against based.
Yeah, it's not like it's nothing. I don't think it's anything crazy. Let me see here.
Yeah, I'm sure it's pretty.
Okay, let me just custom scoring, general scoring setup. No, that's not it. Custom scoring system setup, defense, edit.
Paul took Waddle.
Okay. No, there is points against. There's 10 for shutout, 1 to 6, 7, 7 to 20. Nothing crazy. Fumble recoveries are 2, interceptions are 2, sacks are 1, safeties are 2. So defense, special teams, touchdown. So there is some points against. All right.
Well, I'll go Kansas City then. I'm between Kansas City and Dallas. Let's see. I think Love will put up some points in that game. The Packers, I think Tua will turn it over. Yeah, I'll go Dallas. I mean,
he's not going to turn over. He's throwing for 400. Tom, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. That's what your stack is saying, right?
450 and all of it to Tyreek.
I am completely in on the Ravens, so I'm just going to hope Odell Beckham catches a long couple of passes.
Very good.
Beckham's given them exactly what they could have hoped for.
Yeah.
Like
shot play, plays half the snaps. There you go. Yeah. All right. Well, I took Dallas. I'll plug him in with Lamb.
Yeah, not going to stray too far away from what I've already got going. I'll take the Eagles defense and pray, and then I'll take the Rams kicker and pray.
Yeah, well, kind of split that exposure there between your Rams and Eagles.
50-50.
Yeah. Well, I was going to take a little Jake Moody until John took little Moody.
Jake Booty's got the yips, is what the streets are saying.
Oh, is he?
That's what they're
Yeah, he
saying.
missed a couple yesterday.
That's what the
That's a
streets are
street.
saying.
Yeah, they're talking about kickers out in the streets.
My sources are telling me.
Yeah, that's not great.
They're getting moody about Moody. All right,
Mhm.
I'll take
Bring
Jason
Robbie
Sanders.
Gold out of retirement.
Oh,
He's
good as
playing
Gold
like
still.
Jake. He's playing like Jake Duty instead. Yeah, Robbie Silver.
All righty, Joe, it's up to you.
All right. Well, I don't feel great about anything here. So the question is, do I get one game out of Najee Harris, who's
Yeah,
been really good of late?
Bateman's available, Joe.
I know. Yeah, I know. I'm literally considering Rashad Bateman, so that goes to show you. Yeah, I'm gonna take Bateman, and I am loaded up on Ravens. I have 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 Ravens out of 12 players.
They're this. I mean, they've got
7 out of 12. Oh man. Well,
they've got to be the heavy favorite, Joe.
If they go to the Super Bowl, then I'm in.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going Dallas Goedert with my last pick here. I already have the AJ Brown pick. I guess a little insurance if both Brown and Devonta Smith can't go. I'm thinking we'll get 2 games out of the Eagles as well. So I'll stack them up a little bit.
Yeah, I wonder when Laporta would have went if he were healthy.
No.
Son of a gun. At least it wasn't a serious injury.
Paul and I were jinxing him. We were like, he's the tight end 1 next year, and I guess he probably still is if this isn't a serious injury.
Yeah.
Paul went Baker, and that was totally a C block move by Paul. I mean, let's be honest.
No doubt about it.
Yep.
Complete C block. Well, my number one.
He left you 2 good quarterbacks here, though. You gotta pick between one of them.
True.
Yeah, well, I can't do Stroud because I'm too into the Browns.
Yeah.
So, I mean, screw it. I'm going to go with the guy who I will have as my number 1 quarterback target in fantasy. Of course, Deshaun Watson was that guy at this time last year, and that didn't work out. But Jordan Love is going to be my guy next year. Like,
I like Love's trajectory a little bit better than Deshaun Watson's.
Yeah. So I took Jordan Love there. But
all right.
I mean, what do you guys think of Jordan Love next year? Like,
I think he's going to be. I think it's a great idea. Great,
absolute smash.
He'll probably be my most drafted quarterback in like the 11th round. I don't think people are going to be.
He's going to go that late.
Yeah,
I think he'll be top 10, top 12.
All right, so I'm guessing
Trey, I did one video on a quarterback this summer. One.
Hey, Trey.
Sure did.
Trey, I wonder if you
Packers
should
plus 200
bring up the rosters grid just so of me running them down, you can kind of show everybody. Here, let me I'll put it in the private chat so you can just kind of bring the roster grid up. Let's go to or the draft board. There's
a draft board. You can go to go to grid.
League settings prevent roster from being viewed. I don't understand that, but here is the roster grid, Trey, that I'm going to send to you, or the roster format at least. I put it in the private chat so you could see that, and that way everybody can kind of scroll down. Oh no, why am I
from there? Right. Trey, go to draft. Go click draft, and then press grid when you get there.
Yeah, there you go. Press grid.
Yep.
Thank you. All right, so there are the teams. Thank you, Graham, for saving the day. Just so you can maybe take a big look at it. Nice.
And I have. There I can read it now. I just had to expand my screen a little bit. I'm like, I need some glasses for this.
You get my.
Paul truly was an agent of chaos.
Yeah, Paul is just over here just pissing everybody off. So these are the teams in our playoff draft. So John is going to have an article later today, everybody, detailing players to target, draft strategy. I am dreading. I run a one and done fantasy playoff contest that I've gotten multiple people asking about it. I'm dreading having to commission it and chase people for their money, but I guess I'll probably set that up today. And then anybody who on our website who participates, we kind of put that one and done strategy into an article. So there's multiple ways you can play. Chris Wecht is going to have an FFPC playoff challenge article. I'm going to participate in the playoff challenge. Chris Wecht does his strategy piece that was great last year. He's going to do that again this year. So we're going to have you covered at fantasypoints.com for your playoff content. And I want to thank everybody for joining us. Paul Kelly behind the scenes, the agent of chaos. John Hansen, Trey Camberling, Tom Brawley, Graham Barfield. I am Joe Dolan. Thanks everybody for watching. Enjoy. Hey, look, fantasy football still going. I hope everybody enjoys the playoffs. Thanks everybody. Remember to subscribe to the early bird special at fantasypoints.com. Had to get a plug in there. Goodbye, everybody.
There you go, kid.